In this video, I'll show you how to set up a table booking form in WordPress. So if you have a restaurant or a hotel and you already have a WordPress website, but now you also want to take table booking or room booking through your website, then this video is for you. Though in this video, I've mainly centered towards table booking, but the same is going to apply for room booking as well. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so let's get started. First things first, we're going to have to install a plugin. So let's go ahead and click on add new plugin. Search for Everest Forms. This right here, 100,000 plus active installations. This plugin is going to help us create our form. Obviously, since we're using the free version, there's going to be some limitations, but it's good enough. So once you've installed and activated the plugin, you'll land into its dashboard. You can watch the video if you like. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out all the forms. This plugin gives you a default contact form, which we're not going to use. So instead, we're going to add a new form. So right here, there's some templates, and there is a hotel booking template, which you can change it into a table booking form. But since this form is in the premium version, in the pro plan of their plugin, I'll show you how to create a trimmed down version of this form right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's start from scratch. We'll give this form a name, table booking, continue, and here we have our form. So first things first, I'll help you understand this UI. So these right here are all your fields that you can drag onto your form. So this right here is the form, and you have sections. Within this section, we have a row, we have a double column row right here. If you want to make it a single column row, you can. A triple column row, you can do that as well. But for now, the double column looks just fine. I'll drag in the first name, the last name, and then I'll drag in the email field just like so. Then if we go down here to our advanced fields, there is a phone field. So we're just going to drag the phone field right there. So we're going to collect their first name, last name, email, and their phone number. Now, since we're creating a table booking form, we're going to have to use the date or time field, just so we know when the customer is coming into our hotel or our cafe or whatever it is. So date and time field. Now there's also another field that you can use, that is this multiple choice field right here. So we're just going to drag it in, and what we can do is I'm just going to name it sitting area. Yep, that sounds fine. So the sitting area, I'm going to do indoors, outdoors, and rooftop. All right, so there you go, indoors, outdoors, and rooftop. I can go ahead and I can save this. All right, so now since we got our sitting area down, what we can also do is we can ask them for the number of people that are coming in. So for that, I think I want to use a drop down field. So I'm just going to drag in a drop down field just like so, and we're going to label this number of people. Now the first option, I'm going to put in 1 to 2. The second one, 3 to 5. And then the other one, I'm just going to type in 6 to 10. Yep, that's all right. And then we're going to add another option. We're going to do 10 plus. And then we can simply save this form right here. I almost forgot. I think you also need to add a paragraph text just so people can send in their special requests if they have any. So the paragraph text, we can label this any requests. So, if people are celebrating their birthdays, then they can ask for something, and yeah, you can contact them, whatever. So I'm just going to put that there. Now I think there is one way we can make this thing look a bit better, and that is by doing this. Or alternatively, what we can also do is we can add another row. We can make this a single column and then drag our requests field down in this row. And what we can do now is, I think I'm going to delete the first name and the last name field, and instead I'll opt for a full name field, if that works. So I think that'll be better. So I'm just going to delete this. And if I want to, I can drag it there, turn this into a full name field. The reason I removed the last name field is just so these things will look in proportion. We got 3 fields here, we got another 3 fields here, and then we got a requests field, which is a bit longer, just so people can type their heart out. That's why. And yeah, you can change the label of your fields. For full name, if you want to make this thing required, you can simply select the field and then make it required. Phone number, that would be pretty important, so we're going to make this required. Email is already required. Number of people, if you want to make this required, you can. Date and time, I think this is an important one. We're going to have to make it required. So with this field, what you can do is you can collect date, time, or both. So I'm going to select the both option right here, and you can also choose a style of this field. It could be a picker or a drop down. I think picker looks just fine. There you go. If you want to type in your description, you can. Please use the date and time of your arrival. So here, number of people. One thing that I would like to do is children below the age of 9 can have for free. Why not? So I'm just showing you that you can add descriptions, that's all. So besides descriptions, if you want to add like a placeholder, you can do that as well. Simply click on full name, and then advanced options, you can type in your placeholder text like John Doe. It's gonna appear like this. It's gonna be a bit grayed out. For phone, you can do the same thing. So the phone field, I've now made it required. I'm simply gonna make it required. So there are options here for validation messages, which you can check it out if you want to, but I'm not gonna get into that. All right, so here for this requests field, what you can do is you can go in advanced settings and you can limit the length length if you want to, and you can also put a minimum length. That means, you know, the person, so whoever is filling out the form has to fill out at least, like, I don't know, maybe 500 characters. You can choose characters, word count, whatever. But I don't think any of that is necessary for now. So there you go, that is done. Now there's also another option for email. So suppose someone fills out the form, you want to send a thank you email, then you can do that. All right, so here within settings, email settings, you have admin notifications. You don't need to touch this. This is basically what you get mailed to you, to your admin email, once someone fills out the form. For a thank you email, we're simply going to add a new email, and we're going to type in thank you email. We can name this whatever you want, of course. Now by default, the to address is going to be admin email. This is what's called a smart tag. So basically, whatever admin email is, this form will send out an email whenever someone fills out the form to admin email, right? So you can change this. You can change this and you can map it to the field that the user feels. So once you click on this button right here, you'll see all the available fields. And this right here is the field that we created within that form, the email field, which you can see right here. This field right here is the email field, and this is the field's ID. This is the smart tag. So I'm simply going to remove this, and I'm just going to keep this, right? So this is our field ID. So this right here is our field, the email field, where the user will type in their email, and the plugin now understands that the email has to go to this email ID right here. And now you can write in your from name. Suppose my restaurant's name is Zamkai Resto or something, I don't know. So this right here will be the sender's name. You can add a from email address. You can use their admin email address, or what you can do is, suppose you have something like hello@yourdomainname.com. You can use that as well. And suppose someone replies to this email, where you want that reply to go, you can type that email here. And if it's a no reply email, then you can simply leave this empty, which I'm going to. So write in your email subject now. I'm going to type in thank you for booking. And now you can write in your email message. So this right here is another smart tag called all fields. So basically whatever the user fills out, like, you know, their full name, phone, etc., all this information will be put in this message right here. And so that's why you want to use the smart tag. If you want to use it, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So now you can start writing your message. I'm simply going to type in hey, and then what I can do is I can use their full name. So this right here is the smart tag for their full name, the field. Simply gonna paste that there. So suppose I filled out the form and my name was Wilma Paul, right? So now it's gonna say, hey, Wilma Paul. And suppose someone writes in John Doe, then it's gonna say in the email message, hey, John Doe. So yeah, you can do that. So now you can type in your message, just type in something generic, something like, hey, we wanted to thank you for booking a table with us, looking forward for your arrival. Alright, so here I've written my message. So it's gonna say, hey, the user's name. We wanted to thank you for booking a table with us, looking forward to your arrival. Following is the information that you filled out. If you type in something by mistake or want to make changes for the reservation, call us at this number or reply to this email. So here you're letting people know that this is what they filled out. If they want to make changes, they can, and they can reply to this email, in which case if someone replies to this email, you're gonna have to put in an email in this reply to field, support@whatever-your-domain-is.com. If you have created that webmail, you can do that, or whatever other mail you have, you can use that. Here our email is ready. So we're just gonna save this. Alright, so now it's time to display this form on your page. So there's two things you can do. One is you can either copy this shortcode and then you can go to the page you want to. So if I go into all my pages, I have a reservation page right here. So I'm simply gonna edit this. Now there is no content on this page. This page is properly empty, but since this is just a video, I don't think I need a content there. The first way, you can either add in a shortcode and then you can paste in the code, update it, and then when you go to view the page, you'll see that your form is right there. So the next thing that you can do is you can go into your blocks drawer and then you can drag in the Everest Forms block and then select the table booking form. Update this, and the good thing about the Gutenberg block is that you actually get to see the preview of the form in the back end. So that's why I think it's better if you use the Gutenberg block. If you want to use shortcode, there's that flexibility as well. So this right here is our form. Looks all right. So now I think I will add in a heading just because it does not sit right with me. I'm just going to type in book your table and update the page. Then if we refresh this page, book your table, you have that right there. You might have to add a bit of padding. I'm aware I'm going off the mark. I don't really have to do this, but let's make it as pretty as I can within the limited time that I have. There you go. Book your form is ready. Now suppose someone fills out the form outdoors and suppose they're coming in tonight at like 6 p.m. or something. They're gonna add in their message. They're going to choose the amount of people. I mean, I'm doing this all backwards, but you get the gist. They're going to fill out the form, and then once they submit, well, there you go. Thanks for contacting us. We'll be in touch shortly. Now, there's one thing you can do. If you want to change this message, you can do that as well within the form. Go into settings, confirmations, and you can change the submission message right here. Thanks for contacting us. You can just set it so, save it, and that message will be changed. And whenever someone fills out the form, if we go back into our backend, or into our WordPress dashboard, you can go right here within Everest Forms into entries, and then you'll be able to see the entry. So this one that we just filled out, today's date at 6 p.m. we have the entry right here, and they'll also get a mail. Now, I did not use a proper email, and on top of that, I'm using a test website, so I probably won't receive an email. But yes, if you filled out the recipient's email correctly, then they'll get the email, rest assured. So that's how this works. Now, this is the free version, so some things will be a bit limited, that's for sure. Now, if you go into the premium version of this plugin, now we'll go into add-ons. You can connect your forms with WooCommerce, with Trello, with your mailing platforms, and you can use something like Style Customizer to customize your site. You have a custom captcha, you have multi-part forms, you can have people submit files in the same form. Email templates, you can create your own email templates. You can integrate with PayPal and other payment options like Stripe. So there's basically lots and lots of things in this plugin. This is a pretty old plugin, so overall, if you get this plugin and if you upgrade to the premium version in the future, you'll be foolproof. So yeah, that's all. So if you found this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe. I'm Sid, and I'll see you whenever I see you. Take care.